In the year of Tavshin Chavhei, which is the year of Avelis after the Rebbe's mother, the Rebbe would daven for the Omid 3 times a day. The Shchedesh and Ovel doesn't daven, so he didn't daven for the Omid. He would come out Shchedesh to Shir Shel Yom after Hala, when the Elam, the minyan held by Shir Shel Yom, the Rebbe would come out and would say the Kaddish after that, and then would stay for Kriyas HaTorah. Now we didn't know what's going to happen after Kriyas HaTorah, because normally the Rebbe would come Mondays and Thursdays and Rosh Chodesh to Kriyas HaTorah, stay throughout Kriyas HaTorah, and when they put the Sefer Torah back, he would leave, go back to his room. But this time, since it's Avelis, and the Rebbe had to say the Kaddishim at the end of davening after the Yom and Aleinu and Tilim and then the Mishnayis, so we didn't know what the Rebbe is going to do. Is he going to go back into his room after Kriyas HaTorah and come back at the end of davening when they're holding by Kaveh, by Enkel Ekeinu, or is he going to stay inside the whole time till the end of davening? The problem is if he stays inside, after you put the Sefer Torah back, everybody has to take off their tefillin and put that in a Tam's tefillin, which takes time, and then you have to daven Musaf. So if the Rebbe would stay, what would happen? Nothing is happening. Everyone is on his own, taking off the tefillin and putting out in a Tam's tefillin. The Rebbe is going to stand there like that and wait. So we didn't know what's going to happen. Maybe the Rebbe is going to go back into his room and then come back again at the end of davening. L'Peil, what happened was the first Rosh Chodesh, the Rebbe stayed. After Kriyas HaTorah, he didn't go back into his room, he stayed. So I don't remember exactly what happened the first time it happened, but the other times, when we knew what's going to happen, that the Rebbe is going to stay there, wait till the end of davening, and it's not nice that the Rebbe is standing there and there's no minyan going on, everyone is putting on in the Tam's film. So what we did was like this. Those years, not everybody put on in Tam's film. We put it on when you become 18 years old, and even that you had to ask the Rebbe first. Now, a whole group of us, our kids, were not 18 years old yet. So we made up that as soon as Sefer Torah is put back, we would run into Chodesh Sheni, take off Rash's tefillin in a second as fast as you can without even wrapping it, and running right back inside the shul, and the Chazan would start Musaf right away, so the Rebbe shouldn't have to wait. And that's exactly what happened. The Rebbe stayed, and we took off the tefillin right away, and right away the Chazan started Musaf, and the Rebbe stood there throughout Musaf, and then after Musaf he would say these Kaddishim. But then we had another question. Since the Rebbe Lechatchila only came in to the Kaddish of Shir Shel Yom, so the Rebbe missed the first Kaddish before Heidu, after Rabbi Shmuel. So we didn't know how the Rebbe was going to make up that Kaddish. So I remember the first Rosh Chodesh, which was Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan Tavshin Chavhei, by Mincha, when the Rebbe walked into Mincha, always as soon as the Rebbe walked in, the Chazan would start Ashrei. But here the Rebbe walked in, and we saw the Rebbe turned to the Mishnayis. And before the Chazan started davening, the Rebbe said Mishnayis, the same Mishnayis you usually say after davening. So the Rebbe said it, and then said the Kaddish the Rabbanon, and then Mincha started. So we saw that the Rebbe is making up that Kaddish that he missed before, he's making it up before Mincha. And that's what happened the rest of the times of the year. Every Rosh Chodesh, the Rebbe would before Mincha, before Ashrei of Mincha, the Rebbe would say the Kaddish. And from then on, that became the Seder even other times. Because like this, there were certain times of the year when the Rebbe would say Kaddish for other reasons. He didn't daven for the Omer, but he said Kaddish. So here also he missed the first Kaddish. So till this year, till Chav Hei, so the Rebbe that and Chaname missed the Kaddish. But since he started doing it Chav Hei, when he was an oval after his mother, he continued doing it. Ever the Rebbe said Kaddish, so before Mincha, the Rebbe would say Mishnayis, say a Kaddish to Rabbanan, which made up the Kaddish that he missed in the morning, and then Mincha continued, and then he would say the Kaddishim after davening like you do normally after Mincha.